What does a dwarf, a ninja, an Astro Knight, and a pirate have in common? Well, not actually much, but they're all great board games. They're on Kickstarter right now. Let's talk about it. How's it going, everyone? My name's Clayton, and on this channel I talk about board games so I can give you the best information to figure out what games are right for you. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about 10 games that are on Kickstarter right now. Welcome to the Kickstarter Rundown. Starting this off, we have Deep Rock Galactic, a dwarf cooperative dungeon crawl game based off the video game. You are playing as 4 different miners: the scout, the driller, the gunner, and the engineer, each one of them having their own special weapons and abilities. You will need to work together, explore the mines, defeat creatures, and upgrade your weapons. There are tons of different missions that you can set up where you can pick and choose the difficulty based on that mission. And if you don't enjoy the mission playthroughs, you can always set up for the campaign mode that is available in this game. Each mission you set up has different ways of winning the game, but in addition to that, there are different events that can change the course of gameplay. What makes this one stand out from other dungeon crawl games is the fact that there's different blackout spots on the board and you can go explore and uncover new tiles and crystals. And as you're trying to do all that, you're trying to still fight off the enemies and complete your mission. The crystals that you find in the game, you get to spend them to do many different things, such as get more supplies and ammo. Gold is a very important resource, as this will allow you to upgrade your weapons. You can choose what characters' weapons can get upgraded at what time when you spend the gold. You have access to all the same resources as everyone else that's playing the game. You can lose this game in two ways. Either the threat track reaches all the way to the end, or all the dwarfs get knocked out. There's an action you can take on your turn if there's still one dwarf standing to revive another dwarf. The enemies in this game also use a very simple AI system that you can follow on the enemy phase when they attack. So why back this game? Well, it's already raised over $1 million, so it's definitely worth checking out. If you're a fan of the video game or you like dungeon crawl campaign games, then you're definitely going to enjoy this board game. If you wish to save a few bucks, definitely just get the standard pledge. The standees are fine, you still get the miniatures with the main characters. However, if you love painting miniatures, then you're probably definitely going to enjoy that deluxe pledge. The miniatures do look amazing, just keep in mind of that shipping price and make sure you back at the level that you're comfortable with. Now let's move on to another space themed game. Astro Knights, the cooperative deck builder. Pretty much Aeon's End, but a lighter version of that. You are space knights fighting against the galaxy's fiercest enemies before they destroy your homeworld. It uses the same system in Aeon's End, where you do not have to shuffle your deck when you go to redraw. You simply flip over your discard pile. Each character in the game has a special ability that you can use as long as you have the energy to power it. This can be used in time of need when you really need that extra boost of power. So basically just ask yourself, do you like space themed games? Do you like cooperative deck builders? This is definitely an easy back for you then. Although if you do have Aeon's End already, then this is something that I think you can pass on. It's not really bringing anything new to the table. The only thing, this is a little bit more simplified and it's easier to play. You're still battling a great big boss and the minions. I don't think you need both games in your collection. When it comes to the price, personally for me, I think shipping is too high for this game to be shipped to Canada. I'm gonna wait to retail. However, if you do back it, you are gonna get a bonus expansion with this. And if you wanna get the playmat, definitely check that out. And if you haven't heard of Aeon's End, I highly recommend to check it out. It is a great cooperative deck builder, and you can probably pick it up today at your local game store. Next up, let's talk about Pirates. Seas of Havoc. This is a pirate-themed deck builder worker placement game that has raised over $200,000 on Kickstarter. In this game, there are two phases. There's the resource gathering phase and the sea phase, where you're going to be proving yourself to be the mightiest pirate of the seas. So basically, the strategy in this game is to gather resources so you can buy the better cards when you go to battle in that sea phase. You're going to be getting points by gaining hits on your opponents, so you want to make sure you get the right cards with your deck and really calculate on how your ship's going to move in that grid. I think the Quartermaster pledge is definitely the way to go. I don't think you need the deluxe buried treasure pledge. You're still going to get a free expansion if you back this game at the Quartermaster pledge, and that's definitely all you need to enjoy this game. Next up, let's talk about Ninjas. Floating Floors. This is a tactical dexterity game for 2 or 4 players that plays super fast, and it is very hard to master. The goal of the game is to keep your ninja balanced as you collect your banshee seals, while trying to unbalance your opponent's ninja with jujitsu pieces. You can only move on the floors that match your color of ninja. The challenge is trying to find the right balance and strategy in order to throw your opponent off while you are collecting your seals. I did get a prototype copy for this, and I must say I think this is a really good game. It's really challenging at times. You really need a steady hand to play this game. Again, based on shipping, I think this game is worth the price. But overall, I had a fun time playing it. This does play 2 to 4 players, but keep in mind that the more people that you play, the more actions can happen at the table. You want to make sure you play this at a sturdy game table because you want to make sure you don't accidentally knock over your ninja or the other player's ninja, because then you just end your turn and the other player can gain a quick advantage. My management, this is a one versus many hidden movement game where one player is playing as the recruiter and the other players are playing as secret agents. This is based off a comic book of the same name. This was a huge hit when it came to Kickstarter. It's a very good hidden movement game. If you're into one versus many games, this is an easy back. This is going to be getting you the deluxe version. However, there is a retail release of this game. Only back this game if you want to get the deluxe components. For me personally, I'm not very good at one versus many games. It's very hard to get to the table, so this is an easy pass for me. But if it interests you, definitely check this one out because it's only on Kickstarter for a limited time. Wreckland Run, a Mad Max solo campaign game where you're going to be playing as a character going on an adventure with your vehicle, fighting off baddies and making different choices in the game. Definitely a good game for the solo gamer that likes the Mad Max theme. And it's by Renegade Studios, a great publisher. Rolling Heights. You are rolling meeples and seeing how you can build in the city. It's fun, it's simple, the components look great. It's a different take on city building, so for sure, definitely check this one out. So why back this now? Well, you get some bonuses with a mini game that comes with a giant ape creature that you have to capture before it destroys the city. I'm not too sure if that's a Kickstarter exclusive though, but definitely it's a bonus if you back this game, as you don't have to pay for it later. It's probably going to be in retail, so again, just ask yourself if that shipping price will be worth it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. Iron Forest is a flicking game for 2 to 4 players where players are playing as mechs, splitting into 2 opposite clans. There are different asymmetric objectives on each side that the players need to fulfill in order to win the game. Those things being that the players can either try to control certain areas of the game board, destroy the opposing team mechs, or collect objects, and much more. On the turn, players are drawing cards from the activation deck and then activating the mechs either by flicking them or launching them based on that card's ability. Players also have access to a range of different power-up cards that will grant either side unique abilities. If you enjoy flicking games and you're looking for something different in the genre, definitely check this one out. It's fun, it's family friendly. If you're looking for a good time, definitely check this one out. If you're looking for something that's a bit smaller but still gives you the same feeling, definitely check out Ice Cool. It's from the same creators. Now moving on to our board game adjacent campaign, that is the Tabletop Looking Fine book by Kevin. It's an I Spy book where you're trying to find a bunch of different board game components. I think this is a great idea, and I highly recommend to at least check out the campaign page to see if you would enjoy this. The only thing is that shipping can vary based on the country that you live in. Next up, we have a new expansion for Unfair. This is a tableau building with engine building. The second Unfair expansion brings 4 new themes. It also offers a new solo mode where you are playing against another rival opponent that uses an AI system. You have to figure out a strategy to beat this AI system in order to be good enough to beat its scoreboard. So if this one sounds interesting to you and you like the idea of building your own theme park, definitely jump in on this one. If you don't already have the base game or the other expansion, you can add that to your pledge so you get everything in this Kickstarter. It's going to be a lot of fun to play this game and you're going to get tons of gameplay. There are a ton more games coming to Kickstarter and GameFound this month. I'll be doing another video talking about all those ones. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that video. Check out this video right here to learn about more games that are coming out this month. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.